My people wonder they say shall never end. With everything that we have heard about Ebony and the Queen Naomi while they are in the palace together, I don't know. You guys should listen to this video after we should tell us who is the real manipulator here. Because information have it that Ebony and her family are now saying that Queen Naomi is manipulating the king, that she have find out that the king loves her so much and cannot stay without her. And due to some prophecies which have been saying that they are meant to be together, that destiny have brought them together, that she is her journeymate on the throne. Now, Ebony is saying that at first they said it was her family who started it, saying that they are not going to fold their arms and watch the king throw their daughter out of the palace, all because of the fact that she wants to please Queen Naomi, according to what we are hearing now. Yes. But none of them is talking about all that Ebony have been doing, or all the confessions and everything that have been revealed, including the one they said Adetutu revealed about Ebony, how she have been manipulating situation, how she have been lying to them, telling them that the gods said when the gods did not say anything, you know? Because these are the things that is making the king wants to take Ebony out of the way. So now, the king is very serious about the Ituwasi, but the family of Ebony, allegedly, they are saying that the king is not going to continue with that Ituwasi. Reason is because they have seen that Queen Naomi is manipulating the king. We even got an information that elders have sent warning message to Ebony's family, letting them know that their daughter is insulting their king. And if she did not stop, they will be the ones to push her out. Yes, because they said the king cannot say, I don't want to marry again. That the king cannot divorce a wife. But if the wife continues to insult their king and do as she likes in the palace, that they are going to take serious action against the wife. And the essence of sending them the message is because they will not say they don't know. They have been hearing everything that Ebony have been doing in that palace. And instead of them to caution her, they are supporting her. Because I believe that if they will open their mouth and tell her the truth, the real truth about her activities in the palace, maybe all these kind of stories that we are hearing, we might not be hearing them. But instead, they choose to be by her side and all of that. Now, information have it that the king, Ebony went to meet with the king again. Remember the first time they said she went to see the king? The king they refused her access into the king's chamber. And what she did shocked everyone because they said she was waiting there. When Lizzie came, she's blocked the way, saying that nobody is going to see the king unless the king sees her. And as if that is not enough, they say even blow came and she refused that none of them will enter there. And when the drama was too much, they said the king left all of them and all of that. But after that, they said the king sent a serious warning to her people, letting her know that on no account should she enter his chamber again without her permission. And if she ever put that kind of taunt again in his palace, that he is going to show her the exit door. So they said Ebony went to see the king again. And when the king refused to grant her audience, they said she went to the throne room. The king was in the throne room when she came. And when the king refused to give her audience, she started saying that she knows it's because of the manipulator, that Queen Naomi is a manipulator. The Queen Naomi have manipulated the king into showing Ebony back door, that the king is now turning his back on Ebony. The king is no longer caring, even when Ebony is busy doing all the traditional stuff for them in the palace. Because they said, despite everything that is happening, Ebony is still going on and on doing traditional stuff for them. Even they said, but the king, if he wants to do any important traditional stuff, that is, they said he usually calls on Adetutu to come. Adetutu is not based in Ile-Ife. They say Adetutu is in UK. But if that ritual is important to the king will send for Adetutu, of which they say she always deliver. So now that Ebony called Queen Naomi a manipulator before the king. They said the king could no longer keep quiet. And they said the king called her that told her that you are the real manipulator. That is it today that you started manipulating things in this palace. Remember when you manipulated me into believing everything that you have been saying in the palace against my wife's part. Because they said that period when Queen Naomi was with Ebony alone in the palace, it got to a point that whatever the Ebony said is what the king will believe. Ebony, will I say, sowed the seed of how will I put it? The king not listening to his wife, and that is one of the reasons that made the queen to live the way she did. Because it's only Ebony that the king believes. Whatever she says stands. You know? And come to think of it, when a real queen is there, the king is believing an ayaba. You can see that it's no longer funny. And it's not something that can happen without any form of a juju and anything. You know? So they said the king told her that you have been the real manipulator all this while. It's just that he did not notice. But now that he has found out who you truly are, that there is no how you'll be able to manipulate him or anyone again in the palace, that they have known you for who you are. Thank God for someone like Adetutu, who opened their eyes very much for on what Ebony is doing in the palace. Because they said when even that period that Queen Naomi left, the king was curious and he really wanted to know what the gods are saying about her, the way she left and everything. And we all know that the king loves her, but due to the way she left and due to what Ebony was telling them, that the gods are not happy, the gods are the ones that sent her out, the gods doesn't want her to return, because the king was trying to see if he will go after her. They said it was Ebony who had been lying to them, telling them that the gods did not want her to come back. And when the king waited and waited, that was after around 9 months plus before he started marrying all of these women. And to tell you that he never liked Ebony as a wife, he did not marry her. He did not, you know, because a lot of people were saying then that, oh, Ebony is the king's favorite. Ebony is the king's new wife, that the king is going to marry Ebony and all of that. But when the king started marrying all of these women, did he marry Ebony? No, he did not. And they said her family started begging. They started pleading. They started trying to let the king know one reason or the other why he should marry Ebony. And Ebony started doing her own, now going from one babalawo to the other and all of that. Allegedly, and at the end of the day, the king married her. Anyways, they said she was shocked when the king said to her that you are the real manipulator and not the queen. Allegedly, that is what we are hearing if the information is true. Don't forget that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Thanks for watching. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Bye for now. Love you.